Can a new launch in such a quiet part of Singapore actually make money? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll break down Springleaf Residence using my Safe Property Move framework and tell you the walkaway price you shouldn't cross. And if you're keen to take a look at the show units, give me a call at my number here and I'll be happy to take you there. Let's go. A quick overview on the project details. Developers are Guaco Land and Hong Leong, very established with a good track record in Singapore. There are going to be 941 units from 1 bedroom to 5 bedroom units. 909 units will be spread across 5 residential towers, while 32 units will be in a conserved building. This conserved building is from the former Upper Thomson Secondary School, which URA has gazetted for conservation. The land size is 344,700 square feet, big development with 77% of the site dedicated to landscaping and facilities. It is a 99-year leasehold development with estimated TOP in 2029. Car park provision is around 80% with 759 car park lots. The architect is ADDP, which has designed numerous residential projects such as Mayor Mansion, Irwell Hill Residences, and Whistler Grand. The main contractor is China Construction, an experienced player that has built many residential projects as well, such as Park Esta, Park Clematis, Sterling Residences, and Twinview. This is the unit mix for Springleaf Residence. So for the 1 bedroom unit type, there are 8 such units and they will all be in the conserved building. So for the 2 bedrooms, we have 340 units in total. For the 3 bedroom, there are 384 units. For the 4 bedroom, there are 138 units and 71 units of 5 bedrooms. Approximately 63% of the total units are made up by the 3 bedroom and larger units. Let's move on to the location. So the first high-rise development here, Springleaf Residence. There will be another land plot that is currently for sale. This is Upper Thomson Road Parcel A. It will be a mixed development with commercial and private residential. This has already been relaunched for tender in June. Across the road, you will have your eateries like your Springleaf Prata, Hans Union, Yong Tau Fu, and Bak Kut Teh. And the cluster of landed homes over here means that you have pretty much unblocked views if you are facing the landed area. So Springleaf Residence is beside the SLE Highway and the Springleaf Forest. Of course, being right next to the nature park, you might get unwanted encounters with wildlife. So the developers have taken steps to address this. There will be a boundary wall of at least 2 meters and it will be solid and smooth. The bottom of the wall will also have no gaps and drains so that small animals cannot go through the walls. They will also include cantilevered aprons above the first level to make it difficult for the monkeys to climb. No fruit trees and barbecue pits on the ground floor as well. These are the indicative guide prices from the developer. So 1 bedroom will start from $2,263 per square foot, 2 bedrooms from $2,046 per square foot, the 3 bedders from $2,058 per square foot, 4 bedroom at $1,995 per square foot, and 5 bedrooms at $2,077 per square foot. So the prices are kind of in between Lentor Central and Lentor Mansion, both of which are harmonized projects by Guaco Land as well. So I reckon that the average prices should be in the region of $2,200 thereabouts. So taking that as a reference point, a 3-bedder at 904 square feet at $2,200 per square feet, you will be looking at a price of around less than $2 million. For a 4-bedroom at $2,200 per square foot, 1227 square feet in size, it will be at least $2.7 million. And for your 5-bedder, it will be at $3.24 million. So let's take a look at what the prices might be for some of the units. So this is a 2-bed, 2-bath at 646 square feet. So you get a dumbbell layout. Okay, your bedroom 2, you get a Jack and Jill toilet. So definitely very good, especially if you are buying this for investment, because tenants do like this kind of layout. So walking in, you get your L-shaped kitchen as well. Balcony, good size, about 5 square meters. So aircon ledge is not included into the strata area. That means it's not part of the 646 square feet because this is a harmonized project. So using an estimate average of $2,250 per square foot, your price will come up to $1.45 million. So 75% loan, 3% for 30 years, your loan amount will be 1.09 million, and your monthly installment will come up to around $4,600, and your income will require a minimum of $8,356. So for the 3-bedroom, let's take a look at the 3-bedroom with flexi plus household shelter at 1,023 square feet. So walking in, you get your third bathroom right over here, a small powder room, no shower facility. And you have your dry and wet kitchen over here with your window where you can do your heavy cooking. So here you can fit in a 6-seater dining table, your L-shaped sofa, and your balcony. If you do a zip track, you can probably shift your dining area into the balcony. Your household shelter, your bathroom too, and this is your flexi room, which you can use as a study or maybe even a storeroom. All the common rooms can definitely put in a queen size bed, and for the master room, you will be able to put in a king size bed. So for this 3-bedder layout, estimated average PSF of $2,185. Your price will come up to 2.235 million. Your loan amount 1.676 million. Your monthly installment will be around $7,100, and the monthly income required will be $12,850. Next, let's take a look at the 4-bedder layout at 1,227 square feet. So when you walk into the units, similarly, the powder room is near the entrance. You have your dry and wet kitchen as well with a window for ventilation. For the household shelter, your opening will be from the wet kitchen itself. So dining area, they have put in a 8-seater dining table over here, your L-shaped sofa, and a bigger balcony space of 9 square meters. So all bedrooms can also put in a queen size bed easily. And for this 4-bedder with an estimated PSF of $2,160, your price will come up to 2.65 million. Your loan amount will be 1.987 million. Your monthly installment will come up to $8,380, and the monthly income required will be $15,327. Now moving on to the site plan. At first glance, the blocks are very well spaced apart with good block-to-block distance. So the main facility area, this is also positioned strategically in front of the concert building so as to maximize the distance between the future resi plot in front and Springleaf Residence. So if you talk about the premium stacks, I reckon it should be the block over here, block 819, and certain stacks of block 817 that will get the unblocked greenery views, and yet you are also further away from the SLE. Some of the units that are looking towards the reservoir will get some west sun and the highway noise. Certainly you have to consider if the trade-offs are acceptable to you. As the concert building was formerly the Upper Thomson Secondary School, it used to house the classrooms over here in this block, and layouts will be regular and will feature a ceiling height of up to 3.1 meters. All the 1-bedroom units will be in the concert building itself. So the annex block will have the gym on the first story, study room on the second, and the craft room on the third level. And to go along with the theme of the concert building being a former secondary school, the developers have actually mimicked a school field with a running track. So residents can do their daily exercises, circuit training, aerobics, and probably train for your IPPT here. If it's not enough for you, you can still jog and stroll around the perimeter. And the ECA block, which stands for extracurricular activities, this is basically to complement the conserved school building, and you will find the celebrities kitchen and your function rooms over here. And your 5 residential tower blocks are up to 25 stories high and very well spaced apart. Each block will come with 2 sky terraces where you get your work and chill out corners, and your barbecue pits will be found in these areas as well. This is the main entrance and exit of Springleaf Residence, so it's just next to the SLE, making it very convenient to hop on and get off the expressway. So number 5 is the side gate. From here, the MRT is just 100 meters away or just a 2 minutes walk. Number 13, this is your half basketball court. Number 12, your tennis court. Number 15, your Tai Chi lawn. Number 16, your outdoor gym. And number 17, your playground. There are 3 main pool areas in Springleaf Residence. So for the first one, this will have your leisure pool, your wading pool. Number 20, this will be your spa pool. And number 19, this will be your main 50-meter lap pool. So let's move on to evaluate Springleaf Residence using our Safe Property Move framework. The first criteria is supply and demand. So you have all private residential in this neighborhood and your immediate neighbors are from the Springleaf landed enclave. Within a 2-kilometer radius of Springleaf MRT, there are 6 resale projects, but these are boutique developments with mostly less than 50 units, the largest being Forest Hills with only 128 units. So this is not a very fair comparison, and this reminds me of Norwood Grand because I have clients who have resale condos in Woodlands as well, and when they were trying to exit, they could not because prices there have been quite stagnant for a long time. And if I'm not wrong, there are no condos in Woodlands that are within walking distance to an MRT. Therefore, when Norwood Grand was launched, 84% of the units were snapped up during the first launch weekend, and the average price transacted was around $2,060 per square foot. I think this is almost double of the resale prices of some of the condos in Woodlands. Supply-wise, on the Thomson East Coast Line, Woodlands South MRT station, Norwood Grand, 85% sold with 51 units left, and these are all 4-bedroom plus study units. And at Lentor, 6 projects were launched, total of 2,954 units and 97% sold. Just for info, out of the 6 projects, Quacoland was the developer for 4 of them, and all 4 are fully sold. I think this is a good testament to its track record in being able to meet buyers' expectations in terms of pricing and product. So the 7th parcel in Lentor will be launched by Kingsford in 2026, and there will be an estimated 430 units. So Kingsford paid about $920 per square foot per plot ratio, which is higher than Springleaf, and Lentor still has supply for another 1,500 units that have yet to be released for sale. How about upcoming new launches? We have Canberra Crescent Residences that was recently launched for sale. Starting price was $1,880 per square foot. So Springleaf Residence might be slightly more expensive by $100 per square foot. And for the upcoming new launches in the OCR, we will have Faber Walk plot that was acquired at $900 per square foot per plot ratio. This will be a low-rise housing development next to the Park Connector. This is also near established business nodes like your Jurong Lake District and also near primary schools, but it is definitely not within walking distance to the MRT. And the next one will be De Souza Avenue GRS, which was acquired at $841 per square foot per plot ratio. This is located off Jalan Jurong Kechil in between Beauty World and Bukit Batok. For now, these are the only 3 launches in 2025 and 2026 that could see similar starting prices of 1,009 to 2,000 PSF. They are located in more vibrant housing estates but lack the convenience of a nearby MRT. Next up will be affordability and entry price. The prices are sandwiched in between Quacoland's last 2 harmonized launches in Lentor. So it's higher than Lentor Central and slightly lower than Lentor Mansions. If we take reference from the Lentor launches, we should expect average prices to be similar at $2,200 per square foot. So this is a reference of the income required across the various unit types and prices, assuming a 75% loan to value, 30-year loan tenor, and 3% interest rates. If you require detailed financial planning, more reflective of your situation, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to assist you. So for a 3-bedroom at 904 square feet at $2,200 per square foot, you'll be looking at a household income of approximately $12,000. And if you're going for a 4-bedroom unit at $2,200 per square foot, your household income should be at $16,225. If we look at the newly MOP flats in the North area, the 5-room flats in Yishun and Canberra have already transacted at 800k plus to 900k plus. So the owners are sitting on hefty profits that can be used for down payments if they choose to upgrade. So look at this extract from an article from Stack Homes where a seller of a newly MOP 3-room flat in Bidadari, he walked away with $600,000 in profits, and this is just from a 3-room flat. The third criteria is future growth. So firstly, the upcoming Parcel A beside Springleaf Residence will help to boost convenience because it has 20,000 square meters of commercial space, and this will likely give us some F&B options, retail shops, and maybe even a supermarket. And who knows, Guaco Land might put in a bid for this land plot as well, because they might want to replenish their land bank. From the URA Draft Master Plan, there will be an upcoming GLS site that will be put up for sale. This is near Mandai Road, and it has a plot ratio of 1.6. But this is not within walking distance to the MRT station, and there will also be more residential housing supply coming up in the Springleaf and Tagore area. So as these areas get populated, there will be more amenities and schools that will help to meet the needs of the residents in the area. There are also several business nodes and transformations nearby, such as your Sembawang Shipyard transformation. This will provide waterfront living, water activities, and probably a shopping promenade. And then you have your Seletar Aerospace Park, where there are over 70 MNCs and local companies and a workforce of 6,000 aerospace professionals. And the Punggol Digital District with 28,000 jobs and 12,000 students, 500 faculty and professional officers in the area. And the business spaces in the Woodlands Regional Centre will help to serve the food innovation, indoor farming, and related R&D firms over there. In terms of transport link, the Thomson East Coast Line has made the north side more accessible. So now from Springleaf, you're actually just 8 stops away from the Orchard Boulevard station and 9 stops away from the Orchard MRT, where you get your Ion Orchard. And within 7 stations, you also get to switch on the various MRT interchange stations, such as your North-South Line, your Circle Line. And once the North-South corridor is completed, this will help to ease the traffic on the SLE and CTE and cut down travelling times to the downtown Singapore. And not forgetting the RTS link for a quick weekend getaway to Malaysia. They have estimated that it will take approximately 20 minutes to get to JB, including clearing immigration from the Woodlands North MRT station. The fourth criteria is exit strategy. Not having schools nearby will definitely discourage buyers with children who need to enroll into primary schools. But on the other hand, Springleaf Residence will attract buyers whose children are going to graduate primary schools within the next 2 to 3 years, or if their children are in secondary schools, polytechnics, JC, and even in universities, because their teenage children can enjoy the superb convenience of the MRT. And daddy mommy don't have to drive them around in future. You also have the potential downgraders and empty nesters from the neighboring landed and private estates, and potentially even residents from the Thomson View M Block. Springleaf is also unique in the sense that number 1, this is only one of the 2 land plots above the MRT. Number 2, being nestled next to the landed enclave means it's quite private and exclusive, and you have no nearby high-rise housing blocks other than the Parcel A. Number 3, you're just next to nature, which will offer you serenity and unblocked greenery views. If you're in the market for a new product, that is one of the more affordable options out there, and being next to the MRT, this will draw residents from Sengkang, Punggol, Yishun, Canberra, and Woodlands, as they might want to switch out of their existing residents. For example, the traffic in Punggol can get very congested, and the MRT is a more predictable mode of transport as the travelling time is more constant. Of course, being next to the SLE, the highway noise is a concern, but that also means that your views and your privacy are permanent. Also, on the resale aspect, we do have projects along the expressways as well, such as your Penrose and Sims Urban Oasis along the PIE, your Clementi condos such as your Clairvon, Clement Canopy, and Alta along the AYE, and your West Coast condos such as your Park Rivera, 100 Trees, and Carabel, which are also along the AYE. So far, they have been profitable in the resale market, and most of them are not even within walking distance to the MRT, and they don't get the same unblocked greenery views that Springleaf can offer. So is Springleaf Residence really that ulu? I would say it's a hidden gem with good livability factors, especially if you're forward-looking and want a home that offers both nature and MRT access. But it's definitely not for everyone, especially if schools, highway noise, and big malls are non-negotiables. If you are considering Springleaf Residence or comparing against other projects, do reach out. I'll help you to plan your finances, assess your eligibility, and help you to plan your best move. I'm Elgin. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.